So, Coach, in terms of relievers as we head into the season, how are those guys looking for you, and who do you have in mind for some of those late inning roles?
There's a few guys. I think right now we're going to have to go with guys in new roles. Polonia looks to be out until at least sometime in mid-March, so that's going to need some other guys to step up, especially with Pat and Devin being gone. So I think a guy that had some really nice success in the Cape last year in relief is a kid, Ronnie Rosamondo. He's going to be a guy that's going to be a candidate to help us out in the back end. He did a little relief for us last year and was very good when we put him in those roles, and he brought that over up in Bourne this summer. So he should be a guy that can help us out. Another one who might be kind of a breakout candidate was John Russell. I know that he didn't have a lot of appearances last year, and that was probably my biggest criticism in terms of looking at what we did last year. I wish we could have got him a little bit more, but he got a chip on his shoulder, went down to the Coastal Plains League and had a great summer, brought it back up this fall, and has brought it out in the winter. And he's going to be a guy that gets a lot of chances early on to really show his stuff off. And then the other guys are some guys from the past that have done very well. Ryan Redew, obviously last year was a tough year for him, and he had his own battle going on. But he's come out this winter on a mission, and he looks great. Dan Rakowski's coming off a strong summer. He looks in really good shape. His arm looks in great shape. Every time out, he's been kind of putting together strong outing after strong outing here in the winter. CJ Dandino, his arm's starting to come back around. He had a little shoulder fatigue in the fall, and that's looking to come back around. He was really solid for us last year. Trevor Holmes is coming back. Our two lefties, PJ Poole and Alex Hintz, continue to build. I think PJ has definitely been the strongest guy. It seems like each and every time out. So I'm hoping that carries over. He did that last year as well, but he just has a different mound presence to him this year. And then there's a freshman there by the name of Jake Wallace, who's been really good. He throws kind of from a funky slot, and he can get up to a pretty decent velocity and a plus breaking ball. So he's going to be a guy that he might get some opportunities early, and if he can show that he can handle it, I wouldn't be surprised if he has the same contributions that Randy had as a freshman last year.
Whenever we've talked here over the past couple of weeks, you're really excited about this group. Why is that?
It's just a lot of depth. We usually have depth, but this group in general, the past couple of years, I had Pat as a closer. Devin's been pretty much one of the setup guys. It's been kind of the same names for a couple of years here. This will be nice. It'll be nice to see. Hopefully where they're throwing right now, they'll carry that over into the spring, and we'll be solid, and we'll have a lot of options back there. And as long as knock on wood, that their arms are healthy and they stay healthy, we'll be able to kind of maneuver guys in and out. But yeah, I like this group. It's a hard-working group. It's a fun group to be around. There's not a lot of BS amongst the group. So I think that this could be as deep as a staff as we've ever had here. The only thing is that we have to replace a first rounder and one of the best closers we've ever had. So it's not the easiest task, but I think they're up for it.
Who are some guys that stick out in terms of making a huge jump from when you saw them in the fall to what they're doing currently?
Redew probably. Obviously, I think he has at least the right excuse for why he wasn't up to snuff in the fall. I thought that he was kind of mediocre for his level, and he's looked great. He really focused on putting on good weight over the off season, and he's come back on a mission. If anybody knows Rye, he's very much goal oriented, and he had a goal to be in at a certain weight and to throw a certain amount, and he looks great. I'm really excited for him. And the other one, Rakowski. Dan Rakowski. He looks to be really trying to establish himself and make that leap. Not just be a guy that we can rely on every now and then, or he's kind of had inconsistent results. Every time he's gone out there has been solid, and the last two has probably been Pullen and Hintz. Guys that didn't have really big roles last year. We relied a lot on Doug as the lefty reliever. We're hoping that we can kind of move Doug into the rotation this year. So both of them have made strides in their game. So we're going to have to find out pretty early whether or not that's going to translate to being a left-handed option out of the pen for us this year. Hopefully it is, because that means that we can be even deeper.
How does things change with that first series? Not many times you'd play 4 games in one weekend.
I just think it's more opportunity early on. Last year we went down to Texas San Antonio, and I think we used every pitcher but one on that first weekend. So whether we're playing 3 9-inning games or 4 9-inning games, it seems like guys are getting chances to contribute early on. So for us, it's it's just an extra game for us to go out there, and hopefully the starters are giving us some length, so we're not hitting that pen up too heavy early on. But we got bodies back there, and I think what it'll do is it'll start to help us get that ladder going, and I just think that we should be ready for it.
Thanks, Josh.
Yep.